Good evening, friends, and welcome to the Tuesday night Playalong Bluegrass Jam. It's nice to be back. I've been out quite a bit in the wilderness doing the things I do over the summer and into the fall. And I just need to double check on these live streams because every time I come back from a while away, and then I have to kind of re-subscribe to the streaming software, and things tend to change. So it all looks a little bit different. I'm not even sure if I'm on right now, but I'm going to give it a try. And I'm going to pull up the platforms and see where we're at. So let's see here. Hope everyone's having a great week. I'm in events for some reason. Hope you're all having a great week so far in this crazy, crazy world we're living in. Okay, good. We're live on Facebook. Then I have to kind of... Hooray. All right. So, surprise everybody, I'm back. And I'm going to be back for the rest of this fall and winter. Intermittently, we're doing Tuesday this week because I just kind of was getting caught up on being back in what I call the default world here over the last several days. So, surprise everybody, I'm back. Okay, there we go. We're live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook, that's great. So Tuesday this week, and then next week we'll go to Monday, the sort of regular night that I've always done since I started this thing. Okay, image looks good. I think we are set to go. So, all right. We got some folks tuned in on Facebook. We got some folks tuned in on YouTube. Okay, remember to drop a comment. Check in with me in the chat. Let me know how you're doing, where you are, and what you are playing. And we'll get going. For some reason, my YouTube is doing weird things, but the Facebook is looking good. And my YouTube's been doing weird things lately, so I think that's just something on my end. All right, so we're going to roll with this. We're going to start with Worried Man Blues. For those of you who are first timers, the way it works is I just give you a kind of a brief run through of how the song goes. It's not meant to be a lesson. It's just kind of like, hey, here's the song. It goes like this. Let's play it. That's the way bluegrass music works. And I post all of these set lists ahead of time so you can brush up on some of these numbers if you like. And obviously this week was, last minute. I posted them yesterday, but I tend to do them the Friday before the upcoming Monday. That's how it usually works. Okay, so we're going to start with Worried Man Blues tonight. And I'm going to give you a little brief run through. And then I will let you kick it off. And we'll play back and forth. So I'll keep a solid rhythm for you. And I will also play some solos myself so you get some ideas of what I'm doing with the song, and then you can take your own breaks. Break is just another word for solo in bluegrass and country music. So here we go. Yeah, my YouTube's doing weird things, but it looks like it's working for everybody here. There's oh, I think I know what's going on. I think I need to disable something. I've got a weird... Okay, I'll just let that go. I got weird YouTube stuff going on, but I'll refresh it when I do check-ins and say hey to everybody, okay? All right. So, Worried Man Blues. In the key of G goes like this. A 1 and a 1, 1 and a 1. 4 and a 4, 4 back to 1, 1 and a 1. use the number system. Well, most of the time I use the number system. When it's a straight ahead 1-4-5 song like this, using primary chords, because instruments might be tuned differently, it might be capoed in different places. So the number system is just the universal way of how we communicate about the chord changes of these songs. So if you're having any trouble with that, shoot me an email and I'll explain it to you. So here's the tempo. This is the click track. And find a good volume for it so it's not too overbearing. And this is set up like a mandolin chop. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's how I like to play with a metronome. So the way I would kick this off, meaning how I would start the song, goes a 1, 2, I'll just demonstrate, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now why don't you go ahead and kick us off, and we're going to start this play-along jam. I'm so glad everything's working, and grateful to my friends Megan and Taylor for letting me stay in their place here where they just upgraded their internet. So here we go. This is for you, Taylor and Megan. We're going to play a little Worried Man Blues, and you at home, kick us off. Key of G. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. First verse. I went down the river, I lay down to sleep. I went down the river, I lay down to sleep. I went down the river, I lay down to sleep. When I woke up, had shackles on my feet. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. I'm gonna play it now. Second verse. 21 links of chain all around my leg. 21 links of chain all around my leg. 21 links of chain all around my leg, and on each link is the initials of my name. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. All right. Feels good to be back. All of you who have participated in these events over the years with me, it's like you have a snapshot into my life. Like wherever I am, however I'm feeling, whatever I've been through, you hear about it, you watch it. It just feels good. I can just feel you all. You know, I can feel your presence. And I've just appreciated you being engaged with me over the years and playing along on the Playalong Jam. Okay, we got Down Among the Budded Roses, a song that I originally learned from Keith Little and then realized he got it from Vern Williams, and it's on an album from the early 80s, Vern Williams' Bluegrass in the Gold Country, that Keith played the banjo on when he was younger. So Vern was a huge influence on bluegrass, especially out west in California, where he's very much revered, and everybody out there does all these songs. Anyway, this song goes like this. In the key of G tonight. Sometimes I do this in A, but right now I'm going to do it in G. And it goes in G. 1 and 1 and a 5. 5 and 5 and a 1. 4 and 4 and a 1. 5 and 5 and a 1. That's the whole thing. So I'll put on a click and I'll demonstrate how I might kick it off. 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Okay, here we go. Kick us off on Down Among the Budded Roses in the key of G. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. be forever, or will there be a coming day when our hearts will be united and all sorrow pass away? So darling, meet me up in heaven. That's my true and earnest prayer. If you love me here on earth, dear, then I know you'll love me there. Down among the budded roses, I am nothing but a stem. I have parted from my darling, never more to meet again. Play. All right, last chorus. Down among the budded roses, I am nothing but a stem. I have parted from my darling, never more to meet again. Let's tag it. Never more to meet again. All right. So a reminder of the cues, that is a tag, and that is to end the song. Since you can't see my feet, kick of the foot means the end of the song when you're in a real jam. Very cool. Okay. This camera angle looks pretty good. Again, on my Caster live streaming software, for some reason, when I re-subscribed and some things have changed and I cannot see the camera angle on the control console here. I can only see it on the actual YouTube and Facebook pages. So let me know if there's anything weird about this. It seems to be working fine. All right. And the voice is warming up a little bit. I was messing with this before the show. I always try to warm up ahead of time, but I was playing with the tech here, which I had to do a bunch of stuff with before we started. So I'm warming up, and you're warming up too. And I keep refreshing YouTube. Hey, got some people on YouTube. Very cool. All right, thanks y'all for being here. We are moving on to John Hardy. This is the banjo-friendly instrumental. I always do, well, I shouldn't say always. I try to train myself to not speak in absolutes, but you get used to that. I try to involve a banjo number or something that banjo players like in each set and not keep it too fiddle-tuney. Anyway, this is one that everyone loves, called John Hardy, in G, and it goes for and get my ears grounded here. For, here's how it goes. For and one and one. For and a one. For and a one and a one. Five and five and a one. Okay, that's the number. And you go twice through that. So we play it basically 2 choruses each time. And we're going to play it as an instrumental. This kind of comes from Carter Family Songbook. You know, they sourced it from someone they found it from. It's an old story. But we're just going to pick it like an instrumental. So I'm going to play it twice through. And then you'll follow and play it twice through. Then again, I'll play twice through. Then you again, twice through. And that's how we'll do it. Here we go. I'm going to kick us off on John Hardy in the key of G. Cool. John Hardy. It's fun for me to play these slow tempos. This is obviously the slow tempo set. We got mid tempo. fast coming up. It's fun for me to go through these at this tempo and really have time to kind of think about what I'm doing, how to develop a break, and that kind of thing. Okay, so we'll do one more, and then I'll check in with everybody on the chats, say hey, see how you're doing, see where you are, and see what you have to say. And we're going to do a gospel number here that I learned from the Stanley Brothers called I'll Not Be a Stranger. Double check my tuning. This is a beautiful trio, really fun song to sing as a trio. I've had varied levels of success with friends, at some events recently. Got a real good one back in West Virginia with Jesse Milnes and Emily Miller when I was there for the spring flat picking weekend, the Augusta Heritage Spring Flat Picking Weekend last May, and sang this with Julie Sullivan on the San Juan River a couple weeks ago, and Chris Brashear. That was a good time. Okay, so this is a waltz. I need to find a tempo for it. Let's see, and it's a slow waltz. It's not like a Jimmy Martin fast. When I get to that city, right about here. Slightly slower. So this is a busy waltz click. It's every beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. When I'm practicing waltzes, I tend to just do a third of this and only have one click. But for this tempo and for the purposes of our jam, this makes it a little easier to follow. Key of C, the song goes. Da-da, 1 and a 1 and a 4 and 4 and a 1, 1 and 5 and a 1 and a 1 and a 4 and a 4 and a 1, 5 and a 1. Then there's a chorus, goes to the 5, 5. And, performing this with a band, you'd probably shorten the breaks or do a little turnaround as a kickoff maybe. But a reminder of kind of how I tend to do this is I just like to play the whole form most of the time. So you'll have a chance to really explore how to play this melody. So again, this is not like arrangement centric at this event here. When you're with your band, you should definitely do some work arranging the number. But for now, we're just going to kick it off straight through a verse. And also on the breaks, it's just going to be the verse. So I'll demonstrate how I do that. A 1, 2, I'll kick it off. Clunky at the end, but you get the idea. Playing the melody, or some version of it. Okay, kick us off here in the key of C. I'll Not Be a Stranger. 1, 2, 3, go. not be a stranger when I get to that city. I'm acquainted with folks over there. There'll be friends there to greet me. There'll be loved ones to meet me at the gates of that city four square. Through the years, through the tears, they have gone one by one, but they'll wait at the gate until my race is run. I will not be a stranger when I get to that city. I'm acquainted with folks over there. I got it. Next verse. I'll not be a stranger when I get to that city. I'm the home on the streets paved with gold. I'll feel right at home there in that beautiful somewhere with the memories I'll hold. Through the years, through the tears, they have gone one by one, but they wait at the gate until my race is run. I'll not be a stranger when I get to that city. I'm acquainted with folks over there. Play it. Last verse. I'll not be a stranger when I get to that city. There'll be no lonely days over there. There'll be no stormy weather, just a great time together on the streets of that city four square. Through the years, through the tears, they have gone one by one, but they'll wait at the gate until my race is run. I'll not be a stranger when I get to that city. I'm acquainted with folks over there. I'm acquainted with folks over there. Okay, so the second verse, I have a home on the streets paved with gold. I'll feel right at home there in that beautiful somewhere with the loved ones whose memories I hold. That's the best line in the whole song, and I messed it up on that verse. So now you know how the lyric goes. How's everyone doing? Okay, here in Facebook land. Hello, Terry Weller Godwin in Carolina. Great to see you here, Terry. I saw you in Tennessee earlier this month. Was that really this month or was it last month? It was last month. Time is doing weird things right now. I've been all over the place. Hello, Ron Leach from Asheville. Thanks for stopping by for your first time. Hope it's not the last time. Hello, Scott Lamardo down in Colorado Springs. Nice to see you. Cool. And John Slovic. Very cool. Thanks for checking in. Camera looks good. All right. Terry, you should definitely come back for mid-tempo. I'm glad your wrists are healed up. Okay, so let's check back in on YouTube land here. I'm going to need to refresh my page for some reason. My YouTube is being weird. I have to close the page and open a new one. Very strange. Well, while I'm pulling this up, I'll let you know some things that are happening. Playing at the Gold Hill Inn this Saturday with my good pal Andy Thorne and friends. That'll be a really good band with Andy Hall on dobro and Garrett Sayers on the bass. That's going to be a powerful little band this Saturday at the Gold Hill Inn right up outside of Boulder. And I'm in Colorado, by the way. And then we announced a whole bunch of fun stuff, like a few dates next month with Joy Louise, who's a new friend and great young singer and flat picker who's from Arizona, but she spends a lot of time in California. And we're going to be at the South State 48 event together, a CBA, California Bluegrass Association event, which is November 8th through 10, I believe. I'm pulling up my calendar to make sure I get this right. November 6th through 9. South State 48 in Carlsbad, California. And then Joy and I are going to play a few shows while she's in the area the following weekend, November 14, 15, 16. The Friday and the Sunday of that weekend are house concerts in San Diego County. If anyone's in that area, in the East County and the North County, message me about those and I can get you the information. But there's a ticketed event in Los Angeles on November 15th. Joy and I doing flat picking duets and singing harmonies and doing a bunch of great songs. That's November 15th at the Fret House in Covina in LA. And then there's a whole bunch of other things happening. I'll continue to kind of fill you in on that. But got some Picking on the Dead shows in Colorado in December. Working a bunch of shows for Tyler Grant's Bluegrass Farm coming up, including the Durango Bluegrass Meltdown and Ulergrass Festival in Colorado. We're going back to Baja with Picking on the Dead, but not for Baja Wondergrass. This is our own little weekend of shows down in La Ventana that the Bonfire Entertainment, the Baja Wondergrass, Winter Wondergrass friends of ours are putting on for us. So we're doing our own weekend of shows in La Ventana, Baja California Sur, January 9th and 10th. We just announced that today. And so this is all up on my website, tylergrant.com, if you want to check that out. Okay, on YouTube we got Kyle Smith. Hello, Kyle. Thank you. You're very kind. John Kowaleski coming in loud and clear. Jim McCarley in Hollister. Dickie Derry, hello Dickie Derry. Hello String Bender 57, thanks for being here. Rich in Chicago, Rich Johnson on an Epiphone Master Built. George Garner playing an Eastman OM in Connecticut. Hello Tyler Ballantyne here in Colorado. And hello Dodger Martin, hey. Coolest name on YouTube. Sandy DeVera up in Bakersfield. Hello Sandy, I'll be back at your event as well, the Great 48 in Bakersfield this coming January. And let's see, this is the weirdest thing. I need to figure out what's going on my YouTube because I have to just open it up again. It freezes every time I open it. I think there's some plugin or something that is corrupt on my YouTube. So apologies. Wrap up the shout outs here when I see the rest of you. Hello Glenn Tamkin in Maryland. Hello John Keegan in Mainville, Ohio. Hello Blake Addison in Lithia Springs, Georgia. And that is everybody for now. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. I'm going to get back to the set list here. Hello Robert Bernardo. Hello Matt McMurray here in Colorado. Hello Mike Silbernagel. Very cool. Thanks everyone for checking in. Matt, you're a busy man. I wonder if you're playing or you're just stopping by. Either way, good to see you here. And let us move on with the set list. Like I said, I'll be back next Monday, and then it'll probably be a week off after that. I'm not exactly sure. There's little bits of travels and things, and I'm actually working on getting myself settled. Matt knows all about this. He and I have been working together. And might be actually living somewhere. I might actually be living somewhere soon here in Colorado. So when that happens, you'll know. I don't want to jinx anything, but I have been reliant on the hospitality of friends and, of course, my mother back in Southern California, who I visit often, for hosting this event, because I've been living in a camper for 4.5 years. And that's true. I've been itinerant. So grateful for all the folks who have allowed me to host this in their space, my friends who have blazing fast internet, and while I've been camper living and trying to save up to buy a home. So that is happening. It's in the works. I will keep you posted, but in the next couple months, hopefully you will see me in like the same spot, in a place of my own, all set up. So that's big news. I don't want to jinx it too much, like I said, but let's just keep our fingers crossed that all works out. All right, so we're going to play The Red-Haired Boy in the key of A. I'm going to bring this tempo right about there. So this is the slow. Maybe I'll back it down a little bit. I'll be friendly to everybody. We'll work our way up to faster tempos through the evening. But here's a slow tempo version of Red-Haired Boy. Put the capo on. Old Red right here. This is Old Red. Who doesn't like capos. I mean, he doesn't mind them, but he's stubborn, so it takes him a minute. Takes him a minute to get in tune with the capo on, so I'll just make sure I haven't pulled too sharp. Hey, not bad, Old Red. The low E and the high E tend to get pulled a little sharp, and the B string sometimes. Okay. Now, Red-Haired Boy is so standard. I'm just going to assume that most of you probably know this one or have played it before, but I'm going to run you through the changes anyway because this one has a flat 7 chord in it, and in bluegrass music we just call it the 7. So if you hear me yell 7, it just means like, so here's your 1 chord, your 7 is the chord that's a whole step lower, okay? So that is the easiest way I have to explain it. If I'm playing an A chord shape, the 7 would be a G. If I'm playing a G chord shape, the 7 would be an F. You just go down a letter of the alphabet, basically. So this one has a 7 in it, so this one goes 1 and 1 and a 1 and a 4, 1 and 1 and a 7 and a 7, 1 and a 1, 1 and a 4, 1 and 1 and a 5 and a 1. That's the A part, it happens twice. The B part goes 7 and a 7 and a 4 and a 4 and a 1 and a 1 and a 7 and a 7, 1 and 1 and a 1 and a 4, 1 and a 1 and a 5 and a 1. And that happens twice. Okay, didn't do my best job singing the B part, but it's pretty high. So here we go, Red-Haired Boy. We're going to play it twice through, so I'm going to kick it off, and I'll go me, and then you, and then me, and then you, and that's about all we have time for on this one. So we got a few more songs to get to. So here we go. I'll kick us off on Red-Haired Boy in the key of A. Fun. I guess I didn't warn you that you were going to tag it, but there you go. Hope you got a tag in there. And that was the Red-Haired Boy. Very cool. On old Red, my old Martin guitar. All right. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I was getting kind of weird on my second break. I was trying some fancy things, and sometimes you just gotta keep it simple, right? But this is the time and the place to experiment with that. It's a safe space. I can't hear you. You can hear me, but I'm still considering this a safe space, even for me. You're witnessing me, just the way you would see me at a jam. That's the idea. I'm not like prepared to perform all these songs. I'm just jamming them with you. Some of them I'm a little better and more up on than others, but this is meant to be organic and natural experience where we forgive each other for making mistakes, and we forgive ourselves as well. And what's a mistake anyway? It's all nice sounding music, right? We all have our own level of how we like to... oh, I skipped a song. Okay. That's what I get for rambling. Don't Let Your Sweet Love Die. How could I miss that one? So I do the Jimmy Martin version of this. So we're gonna remain in the key of A. Many of you were probably protesting when I launched right into Red-Haired Boy. Okay, Don't Let Your Sweet Love Die. This is a straight 1-4-5-1. I do the Jimmy Martin version. It's basically the same song as Don't Give Your Heart to a Rambler, but it's more of a devotional lyric, than a lyric that than a lyric of warning of infidelity like the other song is. Quite the opposite. Okay. And 1 and a 1, 1 and a 4, and a 5 and a 5, and a 1, and a 1 and a 1, 1 and a 4, 5, 5, don't let your sweet love die. So it's just all 1-4-5-1. So we sing it long and we play it short. So there's that couple extra beats on the 4 chord when I'm singing. Flowers in the fall. Then you go to the 5. But when you're picking it, you just go straight through those. So let me demonstrate. Here's how I might kick off the song. A 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Okay, kick us off. Now, Don't Let Your Sweet Love Die in the key of A. Here we go. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Don't let your sweet love die like the flowers in the fall. Don't take away the smile and leave the tears. My heart believes in you. Please say you love me too. Here to these lonely years. kiss to be only a memory. I need you so don't let your sweet love die. Play. Alright, last chorus. Don't let your sweet love die like the flowers in the fall. Without you, life would be like death to me. I've grown so used to you. Don't leave and say we're through. Don't leave me here, don't let your sweet love die. Don't leave me now, don't let your sweet love die. Cool. Trying to do my best Jimmy Martin there. He would do that, so we would never, like, screech those notes, like really chirp them out, you know, his face would get all contorted. Jimmy Martin. Lots of folks have done that song, though. There's a great version that Roland White sang on one of those Nashville Bluegrass Band albums from the 90s. That's where I first heard it, actually. Then I looked it up and realized that Jimmy did the version that many of the bluegrassers learned it from. But you know, when it comes to music history, you hear me say some things and you know I might be wrong. But I do my reading up and I do my study. You know, anyone who hangs around me, if you're going to hear a song or, you know, especially with bluegrass and classic rock, it's like, forget it. I'm gonna have a story for everything. So if you're hanging around with me in those contexts, just be ready. I like watching the documentaries, you know, I like learning. I used to read the liner notes, you know, we don't have liner notes anymore. I have albums, I have record albums, and I'll read the liner notes. But anyway, I used to buy CDs, and I'd always study the liner notes. Who played on this? Where was it recorded? Who wrote the song? You know? Okay, No Depression in Heaven. And I'm going there. This is about right for the tempo. Key of E. The song goes like this. It goes like and a one, and a one, and a four, back to one, and a one, and a one, and a five, back to one. My kickoff would go. Something like that. Okay, kick us off on No Depression in Heaven, key of E. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. For fear the hearts of men are failing, for these are latter days we know, going where there's no depression, to the lovely land that's free from care. I'll leave this world of toil and trouble. My home's in heaven, I'm going there. I got it. In that bright land there'll be no hunger, no orphan children crying for bread. There'll be no sickness, toil, or struggle, no shrouds, no coffins, and no death. I'm going where there's no depression, to the lovely land that's free from care. I'll leave this world of toil and trouble. Home's in heaven, I'm going there. Play. Very nice. Last verse. With this dark hour of midnight near, tribulation time will come. This storm will hurl a midnight fear and sweep lost millions to their doom. I'm going where there's no depression, to the lovely land that's free from care. I'll leave this world of toil and trouble. My home's in heaven, I'm going there. Normally would have tagged to that, but we're running out of time. So I got to get through this last song when my blue moon turns to gold again. This is great. I'm enjoying this very much. I'm getting myself back in bluegrass shape after doing quite a bit of rafting and outdoor stuff over the summer, which involves a lot of bluegrass for me, but not in this like being home, practicing kind of way, you know? So I'm kind of rebuilding and done a little bit of sort of restorative work, you know, on my voice and my fingers and all that. So that is one of the reasons I do this. The other reason I do that is for you all, to provide a resource for you to practice and work on your bluegrass skills, whatever you're studying, if you're in my Artist Works Academy or taking any of my courses on TrueFire or taking lessons with anyone else. This is allowing you to put it into context of actually playing the songs, many of which you're going to be on the spot, not completely familiar with the song, but having to use your tools, your intuition, your problem solving, your ear to just make it happen and play along. That's what bluegrass music is all about. That's why bluegrass players are so good, is because they put themselves in these situations often and have to just come up with something. It makes us think quickly, have this intuitive sense of how the music goes and how we can fit in, no matter what our familiarity is with the actual song. But that being said, I also very much appreciate the donations. So thanks for pitching in. You see the links there, or buy some merch from me and I'll ship it to you. Okay, one more song here on the slow set. And then in about 9 minutes, I'll be back with a brand new link, brand new thread. So at quarter till you'll have to refresh your pages for the next set, the mid-tempo set. And I hope to see you all back there with probably a whole bunch of new folks jumping in too who weren't really into doing the slow tempo maybe. And this is When My Blue Moon Turns to Gold Again in the key of B. It goes like this. 1 and 1 and a 5. 5 and 5 and a 1. 5, sorry, and 1 and a 5. And a 4 and 5 and a 1. It's been a while since I've done this too, so I'll get better. I'll get back into the swing of it. All right. This is going to be a little bit quicker. You know, we're still in the slow tempo zone, but want to kind of get us ready for mid-tempo. So my kickoff here might go something like 1, 2, 3. That was an excellent kickoff. Do something like that. All right. When my blue moon turns to gold again in the key of B, you're kicking it. A 1. Let's get the tempo one. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, first verse. Memories that linger in my heart. Memories that make my heart grow cold. Someday they'll live again, sweetheart. And my blue moon again will turn to gold. When my blue moon turns to gold again. When the rainbow turns the clouds away. When my blue moon turns to gold again. You'll be back within my arms to stay. I got it. To thrill me so. Your kisses were made for only me. Someday they'll live again, sweetheart. But my golden moon is just a memory. When my blue moon turns to gold again. When the rainbow turns the clouds away. When my blue moon turns to gold again, you'll be back within my arms to stay. Play. Last chorus. When my blue moon turns to gold again. When the rainbow turns the clouds away. When my blue moon turns to gold again. You'll be back within my arms to stay. You'll be back within my arms to stay. Okay, thanks everybody. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate the donations. I'm going to jump on getting the next set up. So hopefully I'll be back in 3 minutes. Refresh your pages at that time. And look out for the new stream for Mid-Tempo Jam. Thanks, everybody.